Imagine this. The cameras are flashing, the crowd is buzzing, and the sports world is boiling over with opinions, but suddenly, Cam Newton steps into the spotlight, and everything turns upside down. The drama isn't on the field this time. It's off it, raw and messy. Travis Hunter, the rising star with the weight of impossible expectations, finds himself at the center of a storm of criticism. Pundits are tearing him apart. Fans are demanding perfection. And whispers of betrayal swirl like wildfire through locker rooms and social media feeds. But when everyone seems ready to throw Hunter under the bus, Cam doesn't just stay quiet. He explodes with a reality check that leaves jaws on the floor. He's still a rookie, Cam declares, his voice sharp, his eyes blazing, sparking an uproar that shakes the entire football community. Some call it loyalty, others call it enabling. But one thing's for sure, emotions ran high, tempers flared, and friendships were tested like never before. What really pushed Cam to risk his reputation defending a player still finding his footing? And why are insiders saying this defense might ignite a feud bigger than any game? Stay tuned, because this story is about to get messy. The air was thick with tension the moment Cam's words hit the internet. He's still a rookie. Those 4 words, delivered with the raw conviction only Cam could pull off, sent shockwaves across the sports universe. Commentators gasped, fans flooded social media with outrage and disbelief. And even Hunter's teammates were caught off guard. It wasn't just a defense, it was a challenge, a dare. Almost a declaration of war against the critics who had been sharpening their knives for weeks. And the timing couldn't have been more chaotic. Travis had just come off a shaky game where his mistakes were impossible to ignore. Missed tackles, misread plays, moments that made the highlight reels for all the wrong reasons. For a player hyped as the next big thing. The disappointment cut deep. But instead of the world giving him breathing room, the noise grew louder. Whispers turned into accusations. Was Hunter overrated? Was he truly ready for the spotlight? Or had the hype machine sold fans a fantasy? CAM, watching from the sidelines of fame and scrutiny, couldn't take it anymore. He saw himself in Travis's pressure, the criticism, the endless cycle of people ready to tear you down after one stumble. And so he spoke. "He's still a rookie, man," Cam said in a fiery live stream, leaning close to the camera, his voice raw with emotion. "Y'all expect this kid to be perfect right out the gate. Come on, give him time. Let him breathe." Fans erupted instantly. Some cheered Cam for standing up to the wolves. Others accused him of coddling Travis, of enabling mediocrity. And then came the ripple effect, the reactions of those closest to Travis. The ones who lived through the drama behind the cameras. Friends of Travis began to weigh in. One of his old high school teammates tweeted, "Cam speaking facts. Trav been carrying weight nobody understands." The tweet went viral, stirring up even more debate. But not everyone was supportive. A former college rival of Travis jumped into the conversation, posting, "Rookie or not, excuses don't win games." Suddenly, it wasn't just about Travis anymore, it was about pride, about reputations, about whose side you were on. Inside Travis's family, the divide cut even deeper. His cousin, who had been one of his loudest supporters since day one, broke down during an Instagram live session. Tears streaming down her face, she cried, "He's giving everything he's got and y'all still dragging him." CAM is the only one who sees it. The comments section exploded heart emojis, mixed with hateful accusations that the family was too soft, too protective. But Travis's uncle, a stern voice who rarely spoke publicly, shocked everyone when he called into a local radio show. "Cam needs to stay out of this," the uncle said, his tone sharp. "This isn't about being a rookie. This is about accountability. Travis needs to learn. Nobody's gonna hand him success." The family was left divided. Fans choosing sides between Cam's fiery defense and the uncle's hardline stance. Behind closed doors, Travis was spiraling. Sources whispered that he locked himself in his apartment for hours after Cam's defense went viral. Friends who visited said he paced the room, phone in hand, scrolling through endless comments. Some praised him, some tore him apart. And others turned their fire toward Cam for speaking up at all. "They think I'm weak," Travis muttered one night, voice shaking according to a friend who later leaked the conversation. "They think I can't handle the heat." "You don't gotta prove nothing to them," the friend replied, trying to calm him down. "No," Travis snapped, his tone dark. "I gotta prove everything." And just like that, the drama escalated beyond a single statement. The locker room buzzed with whispers. Teammates argued about whether Cam had overstepped, whether his words put more pressure on Travis than support. One unnamed teammate allegedly told a reporter, "Cam just made it worse." Now everyone's watching Trav even closer. The betrayal didn't stop there. A close family friend, someone who had once been like a brother to Travis, sold a story to a gossip outlet. In it, he painted Travis as arrogant, claiming, "He acts like he's bigger than the team, like the rules don't apply to him." Fans were shocked, emotions ran high, and suddenly the narrative flipped was Cam defending someone who didn't even deserve defending. But Cam wasn't backing down. In another clip that surfaced days later, he was seen confronting a well-known commentator at a charity event. The cameras caught it all. "You out here tearing down a kid," Cam said, his voice tight with controlled fury. "You've never played it down in your life, and you think you can talk about heart." "Sit down," the commentator fired back. "I'm just telling the truth. If he can't handle the pressure, maybe he's not cut out for this." The crowd gasped. Phones flew into the air recording the altercation, and within hours, hashtags like #CamVsMedia and #RookieFeud were trending. For Travis, the spotlight grew unbearable. Insiders revealed he stopped answering calls from some family members, especially his uncle, who he felt betrayed by, but in a twist that nobody expected. His estranged father, who had been absent for years, suddenly resurfaced, giving an interview to a small sports blog. In it, he said, "I knew this would happen. The boy always wanted the glory, but never understood the grind. Cam's only hurting him by making excuses." That revelation hit Travis like a sucker punch. People close to him say he broke down after reading the article, smashing his phone against the wall. He felt cornered, attacked from every direction, even by blood. Yet through it all, Cam stayed loyal. He reportedly called Travis late one night, saying, "Look, they're all against you now, but I've been there. I know how this feels. You either let it break you, or you fight back. But what if they're right?" Travis whispered. "They're not," Cam replied firmly. "You just don't see it yet. But you will." That phone call lit a fire inside Travis. Friends say he started training obsessively, pushing himself harder than ever, desperate to silence the critics. But the more he pushed, the more mistakes he made. Exhaustion set in. His coaches began to worry, muttering behind closed doors that maybe Cam's involvement was doing more harm than good. And then came the betrayal that nobody saw coming. One of Cam's own former teammates, a player he once called a brother, spoke out during a televised interview. With a sly grin, he said, "Cam likes to play the hero, but sometimes the hero just makes the villain stronger." Travis ain't learning accountability. He's learning how to hide behind excuses. The comments sent the sports world into a frenzy. Suddenly, the question wasn't just about Travis's future, it was about Cam's motives. Why was he defending Travis so passionately? Was it loyalty, guilt, or something deeper, something darker? As the whispers grew louder, Travis stood at the center of a storm that was no longer just about football. It was about family betrayal, public perception, and the heavy weight of expectation. And just when it seemed like things couldn't get messier, another twist hit, this time from inside the locker room itself. One teammate, tired of the drama, leaked a private group chat where players vented about Cam's comments. The messages revealed growing resentment. "He's putting a target on us," one player wrote. "It's not just Travis under fire, it's the whole squad." Another message read, "Cam needs to mind his business. He's not in the league anymore. He's not in the league anymore." When those messages hit the public, chaos erupted once again. Fans were shocked, the team was divided, and Travis was left wondering if the people closest to him were his allies or his enemies. And as the dust settled from the group chat leak, a new confrontation was brewing, one that would drag family, teammates, and fans into a showdown nobody could have predicted. The leaked group chat was the spark that turned a simmering fire into a full-blown inferno. By the time the screenshots hit every sports page, the locker room was in pieces. Players avoided eye contact with Travis, coaches muttered in frustration, and fans demanded answers. The betrayal cut deep, not just because it exposed the private frustrations of his teammates, but because it painted Travis as a burden rather than a rising star. Travis felt cornered. In one late-night rant on a private call with a close friend later leaked. Of course, he spat the words, "They don't even see me as a teammate anymore. They see me as a headline." His voice cracked, raw and unsteady, like a man teetering between rage and despair. Meanwhile, Cam wasn't staying quiet. Appearing on a podcast just days later, Cam doubled down. "Look, if the team can't handle the pressure of supporting a rookie, then maybe they're the problem, not the kid," he said. His words sharp enough to slice through the fragile calm. The podcast went viral overnight, fueling the flames. Teammates who already resented Travis now felt betrayed by Cam too. One unnamed source inside the organization reportedly texted a journalist, "He's dividing us. It's like we're forced to pick sides between Cam and the rest of the league." And picking sides became the new obsession. Fans launched #TAGS-#TeamCam and #TeamLockerRoom, turning social media into a battlefield. One viral video showed two fans nearly coming to blows outside a stadium, shouting at each other about whether Travis was a victim of pressure or just an overhyped rookie. Emotions ran high, and the chaos spread beyond the game. Travis's mother, who'd been silent through most of the storm, finally broke her silence in a trembling video posted to her Facebook. With tears in her eyes, she pleaded, "He's just a boy trying to live his dream. Why does the world want to crush him?" Her words melted hearts, but they also drew criticism. Pundits sneered, saying the family was leaning too hard into the sympathy card. But the most shocking twist came from Travis's uncle, the same uncle who had criticized him earlier. In a bombshell radio interview, he accused Cam of using Travis to stay relevant. "Cam knows his days in the spotlight are over," he said. "He's clinging to Travis because defending him keeps Cam in the headlines." The accusation sent shockwaves. Was Cam's loyalty genuine, or was it all about ego? When reporters cornered Cam outside a gym later that week, he didn't flinch. "Man, y'all can say what you want," he snapped, sweat dripping down his face. "I don't need headlines. I've had my time. This ain't about myths, about protecting a kid who doesn't deserve this mess." But behind the cameras, doubts lingered. Whispers began to spread that Cam and Travis were butting heads privately. Insiders claimed Cam's fiery defense was starting to suffocate Travis, making him feel like he couldn't stand on his own. "He means well," Travis reportedly told a friend. "But sometimes it feels like I'm just Cam's project. Like I'm not even my own person anymore." Still, the drama didn't stop there. During a tense practice session, witnesses say Travis clashed with a veteran teammate. The two exchanged heated words, with the veteran allegedly shouting, "We're tired of carrying your drama, rookie," before storming off the field. Coaches scrambled to calm things down, but the damage was done. The locker room fracture was now a full-blown divide. Fans were stunned when news of the altercation leaked. Videos of fans burning Travis's jerseys circulated online, while others posted emotional defenses, saying the team was bullying a young player instead of mentoring him. And then, just when it seemed the story couldn't get any messier, a mysterious Instagram account appeared, claiming to be run by a former insider. The account began posting unseen photos and alleged text messages. One post showed Travis sitting alone on a bench after practice, head buried in his hands, with the caption, "This is the truth they don't want you to see." Another post accused Cam of feeding stories to the press to control the narrative. The account gained thousands of followers overnight, and speculation ran wild. Was it a bitter ex-friend, a teammate, or even someone within the family? Nobody knew, but the chaos only deepened. Meanwhile, Travis was spiraling further. According to sources, he lashed out at his cousin during a private family dinner, accusing her of enjoying the spotlight too much after her emotional live stream. "You're using me for clout," he allegedly shouted before storming out. The family was left shattered, sides forming even in their own living room. Cam, however, refused to step back. In a dramatic moment caught on video, he showed up unannounced at one of Travis's practices, standing silently on the sidelines with arms crossed. The players whispered, the coaches fumed, and Travis froze mid-drill. One witness described it as like a ghost from the past walking in to claim the present. Later that night, Cam posted a cryptic message on social media. "You can't silence the truth." Fans went wild dissecting the meaning, debating whether he was calling out the team, the media, or even Travis's family. Travis, feeling trapped, finally cracked in a private moment caught on a hot mic after practice. "I don't know who's on my side anymore," he muttered, his voice breaking. "Maybe nobody is." The clip leaked, of course, and the world latched onto his vulnerability. In a shocking twist, a former coach of Travis weighed in, telling reporters, "This isn't the kid I knew. He used to be focused, hungry. Now he's distracted, broken down by all this drama." The words cut deep, fueling speculation that Travis's career might be unraveling before it even began. Through it all, Cam's loyalty never wavered publicly. In one especially fiery TV appearance, he slammed his hand on the desk and shouted, "Y'all don't get it? This ain't just football. This is life. And if you can't see that, then you're part of the problem." The studio audience gasped, and the clip became one of the most replayed moments of the week. But the louder Cam got, the more isolated Travis felt. Insiders whispered that Travis started avoiding Cam's calls, ignoring texts, even ghosting him completely. "I just need space," Travis reportedly told a friend. "But Cam won't give it to me." The tension between mentor and rookie was reaching a boiling point. Fans who once celebrated their bond now speculated about an explosive fallout. Rumors swirled that a confrontation was inevitable, that Cam and Travis were heading for a showdown neither of them could avoid. And just as the speculation reached its peak, another betrayal sent shockwaves through the story. A major sports magazine dropped a cover story featuring Travis, but instead of celebrating his journey, the article painted him as reckless, immature, and unable to handle the pressure. The twist: the piece quoted an anonymous close ally who sounded eerily like Cam himself. The sports world froze. Did Cam sell out Travis for his own relevance? Or was it all another manipulation, another smear from the mysterious insider account? Nobody knew for sure, but one thing was undeniable: the bond between Cam and Travis was cracking. And the fallout was about to shake not just their lives, but the entire football community. The magazine cover hit like a thunderclap, leaving Travis reeling. In the locker room, his teammates avoided his gaze, whispering in corners, wondering if Cam had really betrayed him. Online fans were split. Half of them screamed that Cam would never sell out the rookie he defended so passionately, while the other half insisted the quotes were unmistakably his. Travis sat alone in his car that night, gripping the steering wheel until his knuckles turned white. "It's him," he whispered under his breath, convinced that Cam had crossed the line. A friend who later shared the moment said Travis's voice was shaking with rage. "He's supposed to have my back. Instead, he's stabbing me for clout." Meanwhile, Cam went live on social media, visibly furious. "Y'all really think I'd talk down on that kid?" he demanded, pacing the room. "I've been nothing but loyal. Somebody's trying to twist my words, trying to break us apart." But the damage was already done. The seeds of doubt had been planted, and no amount of fiery denial could erase them. The family drama only grew uglier. Travis's mother defended Cam, insisting he would never betray her son. "That man is the only one standing up for Travis," she said tearfully in another live stream. But Travis's uncle doubled down, calling Cam a wolf in sheep's clothing who thrived on chaos. Fans were shocked. The family was torn in two, and the arguments spilled over into public forums. To make matters worse, The mysterious Instagram account fanned the flames with a bombshell post. A blurry photo of Cam and a journalist leaving a restaurant together. The caption read, "Still think he's innocent?" Within hours, the post racked up thousands of comments. Speculation ran rampant. Travis's frustration boiled over during practice the next day. Reporters caught him slamming his helmet to the ground and storming off the field after a tense exchange with a coach. "I don't need anybody," he shouted, his voice echoing across the empty stands. The moment went viral, fans dissecting every frame, some praising his fire while others mocked him as immature. Behind the scenes, Travis's teammates were exhausted by the circus. One veteran reportedly confronted him in the locker room. "This ain't about you anymore, kid," he snapped. "Your drama's dragging all of us down." Travis fired back. "You think I asked for this? You think I wanted any of it?" The argument nearly turned physical before coaches pulled them apart. Cam, hearing about the incident, decided enough was enough. He showed up unannounced at Travis's apartment late that night. According to sources, the confrontation was explosive. "You don't get it," Travis shouted, pacing the room. "They all think you betrayed me." "I think you betrayed me." Cam's eyes burned with anger. "After everything I've done for you? You really believe that nonsense? The article, the photo, all of it tit. Looks like you're using me," Travis shot back, his voice trembling. "Man, I don't need to use nobody," Cam growled. "I was trying to protect you, but if you can't see that, maybe you're not ready for this life." The fight ended with Travis slamming the door in Cam's face. Neighbors reported hearing the echo of the slam long after the argument ended. The fallout was immediate. Word of the confrontation spread like wildfire, and suddenly the narrative shifted again. Now, it wasn't just about Travis's mistakes or Cam's loyalty, it was about a broken bond. A mentorship collapsing under the weight of fame and pressure. The sports world watched in fascination as both men began to drift publicly. Travis stopped acknowledging Cam altogether, while Cam's cryptic posts hinted at betrayal. "Funny how loyalty gets twisted," he wrote one night, sparking endless speculation. Then came the twist nobody saw coming. The mysterious Instagram account revealed one final post. Screenshots of private messages allegedly between Travis and Cam. In the messages, Cam appeared to criticize Travis harshly, calling him unfocused and not built for the spotlight. Fans gasped. Emotions ran high and the betrayal seemed undeniable. But soon after, a TechSavvy fan discovered the messages were doctored. The fonts didn't match, the timestamps were off, and metadata suggested they were fabricated. The revelation flipped the story yet again. Now the question wasn't whether Cam betrayed Travis, but who was behind the smear campaign trying to destroy them both? Fingers pointed everywhere. Some suspected a jealous teammate, others whispered it was Travis's estranged father, still bitter and seeking attention. One theory even suggested the team itself was leaking stories to distance themselves from the drama. Travis, overwhelmed, broke down during a post-game press conference. His voice cracked as he muttered, "I don't even know who to trust anymore." The room went silent. Reporters stunned by his raw vulnerability. Cam, watching the clip later, was said to have been deeply shaken. According to a close friend, he called Travis immediately afterward, leaving a voicemail. "I never turned on you. I don't care what they say. I'll always be in your corner." Travis didn't respond. Instead, he retreated further into isolation, skipping team dinners, dodging calls from family, and deleting his social media accounts. Fans were left wondering if this was the beginning of the end for the young star. But then, just as the story seemed to be burning itself out, another shocking twist reignited the flames. A leaked recording surfaced of a closed-door meeting between team executives. In it, one executive was heard saying, "The kid's a distraction. Maybe Cam's involvement is the problem. We might need to consider making changes." The leak sent shockwaves through the sports world. Were they considering benching Travis? Or worse, cutting ties altogether? And was Cam the scapegoat in a bigger scheme to shift blame away from the team's own failures? Fans erupted once again, social media drowning in hashtags like #ProtectTravis and #Cam the culprit. Some insisted the team was sabotaging its own rookie, while others argued Cam's meddling had doomed Travis from the start. As the storm raged, Travis stood at a crossroads. Should he repair his bond with Cam and fight back together, or cut ties completely and prove himself alone? The answer, everyone knew, would define not just his career, but his legacy. And with emotions at an all-time high, the stage was set for a dramatic showdown that would shake the foundation of everything they'd built together. The leaked executive recording became the final straw that pushed the entire saga to its breaking point. The sports world wasn't just talking about Travis's performance anymore, it was buzzing with rumors of betrayal, sabotage, and conspiracies that reached far beyond the field. Every news outlet dissected the audio clip, every commentator weighed in, and fans divided into bitter camps. One group swore Travis was being set up as a scapegoat, while another claimed Cam had dragged him into chaos for his own spotlight. Travis, already bruised from weeks of emotional blows, couldn't take it anymore. Insiders revealed that he called a closed-door meeting with his teammates. "I need to know," he said, voice shaking but firm. "Are y'all with me or against me?" The room went silent, tension thick enough to choke on. One veteran finally spoke up. "We want to be with you, but you're letting Cam's drama drown the whole team." Others nodded, their faces grim. The words cut Travis deeply. He stormed out, slamming the door so hard it rattled the walls. Meanwhile, Cam decided to go on the offensive. He arranged a surprise appearance on a primetime talk show, walking onto the stage in his signature bold style. When asked about the leaked recording, he leaned forward, eyes blazing. "That's not on Travis. That's not on me. That's on an organization that's afraid of accountability. They'd rather throw a rookie under the bus than admit their own failures." The audience gasped, applause thundered, and social media erupted. But his fiery defense had consequences. Within hours, reports surfaced that team executives were furious at Cam's accusations. One anonymous insider claimed, "He's making it impossible for us to manage the situation. It's either him or Travis." The implication was clear: Travis's future was now tied to Cam's reputation. Whether he liked it or not, Travis, hearing about Cam's appearance, felt torn. According to a friend who was with him that night, he whispered, "He's fighting for me, but it feels like I'm losing everything because of him." The pressure mounted during the next game. Cameras zoomed in on Travis as he stepped onto the field, the weight of the entire drama hanging on his shoulders. Fans held signs, some reading, "We believe in Travis," others mocking him with phrases like, "Rookie excuse." The stadium buzzed with tension. Every move he made was scrutinized, every stumble magnified. Midway through the game, after a missed play, a fan in the front row shouted, "You're nothing without Cam." The words sliced through the noise, hitting Travis like a dagger. Later, sources revealed that in the locker room afterward, he sat with his head in his hands, whispering, "I can't escape him, even when I try." The family drama reached a new boiling point too. Travis's cousin, who had once tearfully defended him, posted a cryptic message. "Sometimes the people you trust most are the ones holding you back." Fans immediately assumed it was aimed at Cam. And within minutes, her comments section exploded with arguments. His mother tried to intervene, posting, "Please stop tearing us apart." But it was too late. The family feud had spilled irreversibly into the public eye, and then came the twist that stunned everyone. The mysterious Instagram account, the one that had been fueling the chaos for weeks, was exposed. A hacker collective revealed the account. Was secretly being run by a disgruntled assistant coach from Travis's team. His motive? Revenge after being overlooked for a promotion. The revelation sent shockwaves through the community. Fans were stunned, teammates were furious, and suddenly the narrative shifted again. Travis and Cam hadn't been betraying each other after all they'd been victims of. Manipulation. But the damage was already done. The trust between Travis and Cam had been fractured. their bond tested to its very core. When Cam showed up at Travis's doorstep after the revelation, hoping to reconcile, the moment was raw and tense. "They played us," Cam said quietly. Standing in the doorway, Travis's eyes filled with tears, but his voice was cold. "Yeah, but you let them. You were so loud, so reckless. You gave them everything they needed to tear me down." "I was trying to protect you," Cam shot back, frustration creeping into his tone. "I didn't need a shield," Travis replied, his voice breaking. "I needed space to grow. But all anyone sees now is you." The silence that followed was heavy, final. Cam turned and walked away, leaving Travis staring into the night. Torn between gratitude and resentment, the sports world couldn't look away. Pundits debated whether their fractured relationship could ever be repaired. Fans flooded timelines with emotional posts, some begging for reconciliation, others demanding that Travis finally break free and stand on his own in a final dramatic twist. Travis took to the podium after his next game. His voice was steady, his eyes determined. "I'm grateful for everyone who stood by me, but from now on, I have to carry this myself. No excuses, no shields, no noise, just me." The declaration sent ripples across the sports world. Some saw it as maturity, others as a veiled goodbye to Cam's mentorship. Cam, watching from afar, posted a single cryptic message afterward: "Rookies become legends when they stop needing us." And with that, the saga ended not with a bang, but with a lingering ache. A story of loyalty, betrayal, family feuds, and manipulated truths that left everyone asking, were they ever really on the same side? Or were they destined to clash from the very beginning? And as the dust settled, one thing was certain: the fallout from Cam's defense of Travis Hunter had changed the game forever. And that, folks, is where the drama leaves us hanging, Cam and Travis standing on opposite sides of a storm that neither of them asked for. But both of them got swallowed by the battles in the locker room, the betrayals in the family, the shocking leaks, and the exposed lies that all came together to create one of the wildest sagas the sports world has ever seen. But even now, with the truth about the fake insider account revealed, the questions refuse to die down. Can Travis truly rise on his own, or has the weight of Cam's shadow changed his path forever? And what about Camwaz's loyalty really pure? Or did his fiery defense only add fuel to the fire? Fans are still divided, emotions are still raw, and the story feels far from over. But now, I want to hear from you. Do you think Cam was right to defend Travis so loudly? Or did he end up holding him back when Travis needed to find his own voice? Should Travis cut ties and prove himself solo? Or should he and Cam reconcile and fight back together against the critics? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'll be reading every single one. And I want to see where you stand in this feud. And if you love diving into all this drama with me, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to the channel for more jaw-dropping reality check moments, and turn on notifications so you never miss a single twist in stories like this. Trust me, there are always more secrets, more betrayals, and more shocking reveals waiting just around the corner. So hit that bell, join the family, and let's keep unraveling the drama together. Until next time, stay tuned on. Remember, in the world of sports and reality, nothing is ever as simple as it seems.